Hello, it's Sweetie here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be creating 10 cards using a single paper pack. This one is by Papericious and the colors of these papers are muted and perfect for the graphic look that I'm going for. For my first card, I'm using Distress Oxide ink to create sky on this grey piece of paper. Then I'm stamping a bicycle using archival ink. I have already die cut some clouds from the paper pack and I glue some of these clouds flatly using Fevicol while the rest using foam tape for some dimension. The sentiment that I stamped directly on my panel was a bit tilted, so I stamped it again on a white paper. I also added some grass to complete the scene. Yet an empty bicycle did not look nice, so I took small little hearts that I punched out and used the same chalk red ink to color them that I used for the sentiment. For the second card, I die cut the word happy using alpha bubbles die. I wanted the word to lie flat as I plan to make a shaker card with this one. I'm using a scale to align the letters with my grid mat. And the sentiment is from Altenew painted poppy stamps. Together it will read, "You make me happy." I wanted to share how you can save time if you had a thin foam tape by just doubling it up. Do keep in mind that one of the edges will have glue while the other does not, and you want the one without glue facing the inside of the shaker panel. I add some white glitter dust and seal it up with plastic sheet. Lastly, to cover up the adhesive, I am adding borders to my panel. This is how my finished card looks. For card 3, I just glued grey paper both on the inside and outside of this 15 centimeter square cardstock. There were two papers with squarish designs uh, in the pattern paper set, one with dark background, the other with white background. I cut squares of different sizes from both of them and I'm now scattering them to see how I like them. I glued the white ones flat, while for the darker ones I used double-sided foam tape. For the sentiment, I decided to use this alphabet gemstones, and I think they add such a classy look to this card. Some faux stitching and I am done. I think this is my favorite card among all the 10 cards. Card 4 is going to be a simple one. I just drew a tie. For the knot, I wanted to add some dimension. I am using a slim card here. For the sentiment, I'll just repeatedly stamp the phrase "best day ever." So this can actually be a graduation card or a Father's Day card or even a congratulations card. To finish off, I did add some black outline to the tie. For card number 5, I had a black circle lying around, so I put another circle die to get this circular frame. Then I'm punching out some squares from the pattern paper. For this card, I wanted to have a photo wheel sort of look. I didn't want the rest of the circle to go to waste, so I added a second photo wheel on the top right corner. The word happy that you see here is actually from card number 2, it's a leftover. I'll now glue all these squares using liquid adhesive. I complete the sentiment by stamping birthday, so now it reads happy birthday. And since I'm going for a photo wheel here, I also stamped focus on the good times stamp from an HOTP stamp set. Do check out how I turned this into an interactive card in the final part of the video. For card 6, I die cut some circles, but I don't have dies with a perfect half centimeter spacing between them. So I trace the inside of the die with a pencil, and using a paper cutter I cut out a perfect circle and its outline. So I now have two elements for my card. Again, I wanted some dimension to these circles. I did add acetate to two of these circles so that I can have a shaker element again on this card. As you can see, I chose a red panel for this card just for some diversity. I added my sentiment, and rather than keeping the circle outlines empty, I stamped them with some hearts and stars. For all of the stamping, I used the same golden ink. Please note that you can find a full list of all the supplies used here in the description box below, as well as on my blog. In fact, I have listed the supplies on my blog card-wise so that it's easy for you to find what you're looking for. And here you can see me turning those little circle outlines into shakers. To bring everything together, I took a brush and colored some yellow polkas with the golden ink. And this is the final card with some false stitching I did with Sakura pen. Card number 7 is what inspired this whole idea. I added some buttons on this one for dimension. For card 8, I am going again with a slim cardstock. I have die cut the word congrats, and this is again going to be a shaker card. But this time I'm going with silver sparkle dots. I lay them flat, and once I stick the paper, I realize that the word congrats is not so visible with all the dominating pattern. I didn't want to redo the card, so I just outlined the word with a black marker, and the word just popped out. For the last two cards, I'm going with strips of paper I cut in various sizes. In hindsight, I think that I should have added some foam tape instead of adding liquid adhesive to all of them. The word congrats is from the previous card. To fill in the gaps, I added black lines with micron pens. And this brings us to the last card with I used the same parallel alignment of pattern paper, but instead of lines I did repeat stamping of sentiments. Now let's take a quick look at all the 10 cards that I created today. I have added some extra elements to the inside of some of these cards just because I like such details. As you can see, all of these cards have some geometric pattern and are perfect to give to a boy or a girl. I want to let you know that this is not a sponsored video, and I just wanted to create a different set of cards using the same pattern paper, some graphic design sort of cards. I hope I have inspired you and given you some ideas. And if you like this video, please let me know in the comments below. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. This motivates me to create more. Thanks for watching.